Hello YouTube, Pinchio8 here, back with the third and final airport update for November of 2021. But I guess since we're pretty much going into the month of December as of today, so we're going to call this sort of the November/December update, and this time it is the long overdue airport update of Atlanta. So I think you're really going to enjoy this update. So as you can see sort of at the end of this area over here, this is where all the Delta Connection flights are going to be. And plus, as for the E-170 over here, I've got a very interesting story that inspired me according to Citrus Aviation. And then this side of the Gemini Jets terminal over here will act as all the Delta mainline concourses. This section over here will be for the heavies that I've got over here. And then finally, to nearly conclude, this side will act as Terminal C, housing Delta 717s and Southwest Airlines. So for the first time, I've got like nearly my entire Southwest fleet pulled out for this airport update. And then we're going to end over here all in the Delta Connection Regional section. So I think other than that, you're going to enjoy this video airport update very, very much. Alright, well, sorry about the way I paused. I wanted to get my notes ready so I can make sure to send every plane I've got lined up at the gates to their proper destinations. So we'll start over here at this Gemini Jets OG 737-800 and then end over here on this RJ900 as part of the March 2021 releases. So let's get started here with the OG 737-800 by Gemini Jets with service to Louisville, Kentucky. Delta Sky Team 737-800 with service to Mexico City. Regular NG model 737-800 with service to Greensboro, North Carolina. 737-900 Very Gemini Jets OG with service to Richmond. The Scimitars Gemini OG 737-900 will be going to Pensacola or one of Red River Aviation's airports. The A319 will instead this time will be going to Savannah Hilton Head. The A320 will be going to Providence, Rhode Island, one of my airports. A321 Thank You livery with service to Dallas Fort Worth, another one of Red River Aviation's airports. This A321 will be heading to Los Angeles or LAX. 757-200 will be going to Jacksonville here in Florida. 757-300 service to Detroit. Now starting off the heavies, A330-200 with service to San Juan. A350-900 service to Amsterdam. A330-300 service to Rome, Italy. And the 767-300s with service to Orlando, Florida. Now starting off Concourse C with the two Delta 717s. This one over here will be going to Charlotte. And then this one will be going to Tulsa, Oklahoma, the main airport of Red River Aviation's. Now we're going to get to the lineup of Southwests. In the first row over here, all is 737-700. So yeah, over here is all 737-700, with the rest over here being 737-800. Kind of nearly bumped into the airport if you heard a little bit of a noise. And I wanted to make sure I got my notes corrected, so bear with me on this. Alright, getting started in the Southwest section. This one being the Mustard Rocket livery will be heading here to Jacksonville. The Canyon Blue one will be going to Raleigh-Durham. The Heart livery by Gemini Jets will be going to Sarasota here in Florida. And then this one by Panda Models with the Scimitars will be going to Washington Reagan. And the very, very rare, hardly seen in my videos, Florida 1 paint scheme will be going to Tampa. The Freedom 1 livery will be going to, if I can remember, here we go, Dallas Love Field, not Dallas Fort Worth. No, Southwest goes to the Dallas Love Airport. And then this Hart 737-800 by NG Models will be going to Chicago Midway. And then finally concluding Southwest, we got the Canyon Blue 737-800 with the Scimitars, with service to Houston Hobby. And then finally for Southwest, the blended winglets version will be going to Oklahoma City. Now moving on to the Delta Connection E170, that'll be going to a spot known as Hilton Head Island in the South Carolina border, not to be confused with Savannah Hilton Head, because as we all know, Savannah Hilton Head Airport is in the Georgia border. And the reason why it is called Savannah Hilton Head is because it serves both the cities of Savannah, Georgia, and Hilton Head Island, which is in the South Carolina border. But Hilton Head Island does have its own airport. And in fact, I learned about that airport. Originally, the only airline that was serving there was American Eagle with their former U.S. Airways Express -8 100s to 300s. And then once the -8s retired, eventually American Eagle continued service to Hilton Head Island with their E170s or E175s, and the runway there was lengthened to accommodate them. And then once American Eagle continued their service with their Embraer E170 planes, eventually Delta and even United joined in. So Delta service to Hilton Head Island Airport goes to Hilton Head Island either from New York LaGuardia or in this case Atlanta. Now for the interesting fact about the E170. Now the truth about the Delta Connection ops here in Atlanta is that, well, it's mainly an RJ or CRJ hub, as you'd like to call it, but not for the E170 series. So here's how the operations for the E170 start. Normally this plane would start in destinations such as Detroit or Boston and then land at Chicago Midway Airport, and then go from there to here in Atlanta, and then Atlanta to Hilton Head Island, and then start reversing the process by going Hilton Head Island back to Atlanta, and then Atlanta back to whatever destination they want to go to, which is more suitable. So Atlanta is thought of with the E170s not as part of the Delta Connection hub, but as sort of the destination, or better yet, the turnaround city for the E170s. Makes very sense. Very, very great sense. So thank you for inspiring me to say that, Citrus Aviation. Alright, now starting the regional jets, or RJs. The RJ200 will be going to Montgomery, Alabama. And then we got the return here of two CRJ 700s. It is very, very true. I'll be talking about the CRJ 700 routes by the time we end this video. So anyway, very interesting destinations for the CRJ 700s. This one will be going to an island in the Bahamas called North Eleuthia, if I could say that right. And then this one will be going to Key West, Florida. Yes, it's very, very true that the Delta Connection CRJ 700s have done return flights from Atlanta to Key West, because it's true that Delta usually does operate to Key West on their mainline fleet with A319s after the retirement of the 737-700, and then also has for many years done service there with CRJ 700s. I'll talk more about that, but other than that, this one will be going to Key West. And now we're going to go to our trio of the very, very, very sought after model and most used Delta Connection aircraft. That would be none other than the RJ900. So this one over here will be going to White Plains. This one in the Comair Anniversary livery will be going to Augusta, Georgia, not to be confused with Augusta, Maine. And then finally this one, oh actually, I did say White Plains for this one, didn't I? Yeah, now I remember. This one will be going to White Plains, New York, if you're wondering where that is. This one to Augusta, Georgia. And then finally, this one service to Gainesville here in Florida. Alright, well that just about wraps up this airport update. I hope you enjoyed that very, very much. I had a fun time mimicking Concourse C, where it's true that Concourse C would have mainly housed 717 flights, as well as some Southwest, so thought it would be a fun idea to bring out a huge majority of my Southwest planes that I have, manufactured by Gemini Jets, Panda models, and NG models. Now let's talk a little bit more about the return of the CRJ 700. So it is very true that mainly most of the time during the pandemic, the only aircraft we would see according to their CRJ operations would have normally been either the CRJ 200 or CRJ 900s. And then eventually, kind of with a huge fleet they have of RJ 900s, they were kind of phasing out and getting rid of the CRJ 700s, but eventually, little bit by little bit, the 700s started to return to service, but they didn't jump on it yet by coming to Atlanta yet. But I'm very glad that they have come back and have started to serve various destinations. One that I did not include was Chattanooga, Tennessee, as well as the Bahamian island North Eleuthia that I mentioned, as well as a return to Key West, because very, very truly, as I was mentioning, that when it comes to Delta service to Key West, Florida, and the Florida Keys, that service was at first only done on a Delta Connection CRJ 700 until eventually Delta stepped in with the mainline fleet. At first, most of that service was done with some of their 10 737 700s, but now that the 737 700s have retired, eventually the route got taken over with Airbus A319s, like this one over here. And the reason why the A319 is because it's also an aircraft with 6 exits and very, very medium sized, kind of like the 737 700. So, with Key West Airport having a very short runway length, I suppose the A320s could fly there, but they want one with sort of a medium-sized fuselage and with 6 exits like that. So that's why when the 737 700s retired, the mainline Delta fleet continued service to Key West with A319s. And then ever since then, there haven't been much scenes of the CRJ 700s there, since I guess there was kind of a moment where the CRJ 700s were grounded, but now that they're back in service, they're seen at very big Delta hubs from Atlanta, which has now made a recent return, as well as Detroit. And like I said, the E170 is not meant to be part of the Delta Connection hubbing, because very truly, as Citrus Aviation said in one of his Atlanta airport videos, that Atlanta is only a CRJ hub and doesn't usually hub the E170s, so that's why Atlanta is considered the turnaround city for the E170s and not the hub for them. Sorry about the sound of the train. So anyway, I really, really hope you enjoyed this airport update, and I thought it would be fun to also bring Southwest operations, so I'm so glad to have been able to bring out so many of my Southwest planes like that. So I'm sure this was a very, very enjoyable airport update for everybody watching. So to conclude, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, Cameron at Pinchio 8 is signing and pinching out. And until next month, take care.